Hey, how y'all doing? I got Fresh, I'm Ball, got Dre, and we got Dre. We shooting up here at 18600 Woodward. Today we're going to talk about money over assets, which one is most important, and the benefits of having money and the benefits of having assets. What's your take on it, Dre?
Well, as I was stating before we started recording, I feel like they go hand in hand. Assets is you know what I mean. It's just like a dollar. A dollar it can gain or it also can lose value, and assets can do the same thing. Assets can gain or either lose value. But I feel like you need both. But preferably, I would like to tie my money up more in assets, stocks, and real estate or something like that. Because at this point right now, everything is appreciating, but they do go hand in hand. You still need money to buy assets, to buy real estate, and whatever else.
Is real estate still a good option in today's market? Y'all think?
It is, but the market is so high right now, and they planning for the market to crash. Stocks and real estate. So everybody been predicting this for 2024. So if it crash, then real estate, everything should drop a little bit.
So once it crashes, that's when we really should probably looking. Can y'all hear me good? We really should probably take advantage of that once it crashes, right?
If
property value.
Well, right now we in Detroit, so the real estate is considered cheap here anyway. I remember when we was buying houses for $2,500, $3,000. The same houses now they selling for $60,000, $70,000, $80,000.
Yeah.
So if you was to come across a property right now for $30,000, that's considered a good deal. So to me, it's a no-brainer because once you get a renter up in there, the average rent right now in Detroit is somewhere around $1,200. So if I'm getting $1,200 a month off a property that I got for $30,000, in 3 years I'm turning a profit. Okay. So anytime in a business you turn a profit within 3 years, you're doing awesome.
Right. Do you think it's a good idea, or I can just ask you guys out because y'all doing this business right now? Is it better to, like, let's say after 3 years you say you're turning a profit? Do you still like collecting that monthly rent versus flipping it and getting done with it?
Well, in my opinion, it's different. It's different ways to get your money. Some people will rent a property out, take the equity out of the property, still own the property, and let the renters pay back the money they pulled out. For instance, let's say this house is worth $70,000. Bank usually give you 80% of what the house is worth. So let's say you pulled out $50,000 out of this $70,000 house. You got your money.
Okay.
You only paid $30,000 for it. You turned a profit. Now you got renters in there. You let that rent pay that money back. On $50,000, you might be paying back maybe $500 a month. So you still pocketing money off the rent.
Okay.
Or you can flip it. If you paid $30,000 for the house, you sell it for $70,000. You made another $40,000, but that money stops then.
Right.
So that's why, in my opinion, the best way, pull the money out, put that in your pocket, let the renters pay it back. When they pay it back, you do it all over again.
How about when you pull that money out, you reinvest that into property number 2?
Yes, you can.
You can do that.
And that'll be a smart move, and they keep going. You keep going, you got 10 houses. And see, the thing is, as black men, it's important that we understand the power of a buck, of a dollar. Mm-hmm. When you have money, you don't take your money and put it up under your mattress.
Right.
You don't take your money and put it in the bank.
Right.
You take your money and you reinvest it.
Right.
Your money have to literally work for you.
Keep it in the streets.
So when you got your money working, you can relax.
Right.
Because the money doing all the work.
Right.
You just got to understand how to work your money. And I think that's a problem that we have in the black community.
I agree with that.
I think that's a huge problem because as me growing up, I wasn't taught about money. My mother ran her own business, daycare business, and she basically did what you did. I mean, she put the money up, saved it up under the bed, and she waited for a rainy day, spent the money to fix whatever, or took us out on vacation, but she never invested her money, which growing up, me seeing that, I followed the same footsteps as my mom. But me sitting down and got a career making great money, it's like I'm putting all this money in the bank, but it's just staying in the bank making really no money off the interest. But us having this conversation, well, I'm just learning about how to invest and everything. I got my money in stock and everything, but listening to you speak, like, as a young black man, we was never taught about nothing like that. You know, we wasn't never taught about the stock or how to take your money and invest, or to take the interest out the home and invest it into a new property. So I think this conversation is great because I'm learning something right now.
And also go with credit. We need to throw that out there because like a lot of us always had poor credit. Like in my situation, you know, my mom had house phones, cell phones, gas bills, all type of shit in my name. So assets, money, credit, all that shit go hand in hand. You know, so
Yeah, credit is very important. But first, you know, some people don't understand the power of credit because coming up, I always thought the dollar was key. Money was power. Money was the key. I found out when I tried to get an apartment. I tell the lady, listen, I'm gonna pay 3-4 months up in advance. Until she told me, you ain't paying nothing because you ain't got no credit. So you ain't even getting up in here.
So even though you had the money to pay 3-4 months in advance, he was not taking that because you didn't have credit.
That's some street shit. Because first of all, she have to run your credit first. You go pay for an application. You probably pay $50, $100 for an application. That's just for wasting their time. When they run your credit and you don't even qualify, they just made $50, $100 off for you for a piece of paper that they run off a printer.
that costs $10 to run your name. That's it.
Yeah. So they make money off of you because you don't know.
So that old saying that cash is king is bullshit now.
It depends on what situation.
Right.
The cash and credit is like a 1-2 punch.
Right.
If you got, because you got to think your insurance is based off your credit score. Your mortgage is based off your credit score.
Yeah.
Everything that you pay monthly is based off your credit score.
Right.
So it can't do nothing but help you to have a good credit score.
Right.
And how you have a good credit score, I'm going to mention. You know, people think I'm going to just pay this off, pay that off. No, that's not how you get
You
a
want to
credit
go
score.
monthly. You want to prove that you can be on time every month with payments.
Yeah, you have to first not spend over 50-60% of your credit limit. That pulls your credit score down.
Yep.
You constantly open up new accounts. That pull your credit score down.
Sure does.
You seeing if you can get a new car, knowing you can't get a new car, that pull your credit. Every time somebody run your credit, it pulls it down.
That's
Late-
good that you
late
brought that
payments.
out. Yeah, late payments. Don't apply for something unless you're almost 80% certain
Yeah.
that you're going to get it qualified for because it pulls your credit down.
Because if you have a credit score of a 620, 640, you have a good chance of getting what you want, but you're not getting it at a low payment.
Right.
Once your credit score get to like about a 700, 720, 680, now they start showing you some favor. Once your credit score reach, 760 to 800, listen, the world is at your feet because now you walk into a car dealership, they ask you dumb shit. How many cars you want? I only can drive one. Why you ask me how many cars I want? But that's what the computer say to them, and only thing they doing is reading off the computer.
I love it that with numbers. They're not looking at you because of your skin color, nothing. If your credit score is like that, you can get, it's nothing you can't get. It's really nothing you can't get.
That's the power of the dollar and the power of credit. And I think as black men, we need to have more conversations as far as like the power of
Agreed.
credit and money.
I'm glad we're talking about this now,
Yes.
right now. This is awesome.
See, but the younger generation, like, I'll be trying to tell my brothers them about buying, owning, and all that, because everything we've learned in I say the second half of our life. Like when we was young, we wasn't buying houses and all that shit. Motherfucker, like you say, kept the money in the shoebox under the mattress. You might go buy yourself a nice little car, some little jewelry here and there. but we was normally staying in somebody else's shit and renting or something. But now, you know, through the education of like, I guess through just natural life, I'm sitting at, you know, I talk to my kids, co-workers, brothers, anybody, like, man, buy this, do that, get you a 2-unit, you can stay in one and rent the other one out so your tenant can be paying the bills and they pretty much pay for your living and you can stack up. So I give them like the knowledge that no one gave me, but they don't take advantage of it.
Well, you think about it, Dre. I got educated hanging out with my white friends. And what I noticed what they did, they didn't care about how much money they made because they lived off credit. They go out on the lake, they got sea-doos, they got boats, they got all kind of shit. They not no richer than us. They just live off credit. Long as they pay that credit, they good. But look all the fun they having. If you ask them how much money you got in the bank, they may only got $1,500 in the bank. But they living good.
They probably, but I bet they 300 grand in debt.
They
Good debt.
Good
You know what I'm saying?
debt.
Good debt. Good debt.
And that, but see, they living.
They living.
Versus if you see a black man, he busting his ass.
Yeah.
He might got 100,000 put up,
Right.
but he ain't living.
Right.
We have to learn how to live as a race. We got to start enjoying ourselves. We have to start saying, you know, I'm not spending my money with nobody that ain't willing to invest back in me.
That's right.
We spend our money with, you know,
Every
Chinese,
culture,
yeah.
with everybody.
Everybody.
Spend, yeah, our prices may be a little higher. It's because we're not well connected.
It's like
as
that
to-
may be.
So my price, you know, you want to go get some deodorant from me? Yeah, you can go get it from the dollar store for $1. My deodorant might be $1.29. But how you think I'm going to get to that place if you don't support me? We have to support each other.
Right.
We have to spread the knowledge to one another and just stop being afraid to just talk to one another.
Why is there certain markets us as African Americans cannot break into, like the Asians dominate the hair, the salons,
products.
the beauty salons, and the nail salons.
Because they united.
Why we can't get into that?
Because they united. Any culture, I don't care what type of gimmick or whatever you mention, they are united. We can't unite because everybody worried about that person cut. What about, like, the way I came up? If I ran my own situation and I was a boss, that's what it was. I was willing to be Robin. I didn't have to be Batman all the time. Everybody don't want to be Robin.
Right.
Everybody want to be Batman. So we can't work together. So it's hard to put something together if we can't work together. And then the few that do work together, we building this together. It's 10 of us, only 3 of us really about the business and everybody else playing.
Everybody talking.
So ain't no use of even dealing with them. Or you might got a guy, 1 or 2 guys come in and they want to be part of it just to see how they can get down on you.
Right.
So we come with all different type of fucked up angles, and it shouldn't be like
So
that.
you don't think the system is against us? It's us.
It's us, we against each other.
Yeah,
It's not the
okay.
system, we against each other.
So if we really stood together, we could really get a chain of beauty supplies if we wanted
You
to.
look at the map, Dre. Black people spend over $1 billion a year in beauty products
Yes.
alone.
Which is what pisses me off. Why we're not.
Well, you got to think you can't break into it because they got it sold up. If you go get a can of grease, it's going to cost you $3. He getting it for 79 cents
Right.
because he buying so many. You got one store, they got 10 stores.
Right.
So they can buy more product and get it at a lower rate.
True.
And if you notice, what black people specialize in? Food. They want to open up a restaurant,
food or
soul
whatever.
food,
Car
food.
wash.
That's right, but it's only so much. That market is only open so much.
True.
You got food trucks everywhere.
True.
So if you say I'm going to open up a restaurant, first of all, people gonna like your food. Yeah, your family like your food.
Yeah.
But that don't mean the consumers is going to like your food.
True.
So I once again, I think we should focus on me, myself. I think if you want to go into a business, an individual business, focus on real estate because you have full control.
Can't go wrong.
You got full control. You know, like when Drake bought his 2-family flat, he had an asset. He worth at least that 4-family flat got to be, that 2-family got to be worth what? About $150,000. So he all the time walking around with 150,000 in his pocket.
Right, because of the asset.
Because of the asset.
Absolutely.
He don't have to have 150,000
Right,
cash,
right.
but that's what he worth.
Right,
When he walk in
absolutely.
the building, it's at least 150,000 in the building.
Yeah.
Now think if he have 10 of them. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He take the money from the rent and just keep flipping it.
Flipping it, yeah.
He not seeing no money, but he got a plan.
Right.
And when you think like that, you look up, you got 10 pieces of property, you worth $1 million.
So to go back to, so I guess I'm pretty much answering my own question with this, but I ask it anyway. So now I know why we can't really break into the beauty supply business. It's just, does the same goes for, because I was about to ask, boy, why don't the Taylor boys start their own, why don't we get a dispensary? Weed smokers, but now Arabs got that knocked down. Like, damn, we can't even get that. What the fuck?
We went on our trip. We took a man's trip back in Colombia, Dre, and me and my brother got into an argument. You was there, wasn't you, Dre?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, people worry about, in my opinion, the small things.
Hold on. Fill them in. We actually talked about us starting a business together. So just go from the beginning so you know what's going on.
This is what happened. We was saying, you know what? Let's come up with a way to make some money as a group. Okay, we get back to the hotel. Me, my son, and my brother's in the pool.
Okay.
And I say, well, you know what? I'm gonna make a proposal. I think it'd be a good idea for everybody. At the point, it was 12. At the time, it was 12 of us. Everybody put in $500.
Okay.
You can get a decent truck for $6,000.
Right.
We buy the truck. Once we get the truck, now we got to get inventory. And I'm thinking of having a truck that sells finger food, you know, wings,
Yep.
Pizza, soft serve, ice cream, nachos.
Right.
Everything that a person would want if they standing outside and want something to
And
eat.
that's all low overhead too? But
Nice truck, light up the whole block, flat screens on the outside, nice sound system.
Yeah.
I can see a project like that getting done under $20,000, which is reachable
About 12
between
people.
12 guys.
Absolutely.
Now my brothers say, well, how you know that's what everybody want to do? You can't just make. It's called a proposal.
It's a proposal, right?
That mean
Talk about
I just went first.
Right.
But he didn't like the wording of what I said. And everything blew up from that. We spent more talking about wording than the actual project.
Right.
And to me, that's wild.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I just think as black men, I think we should just so we have to
That being said, is that possible? Could we get together one day and do something like that, or
Yeah,
dispensary
but we
or
couldn't
something
get
like
past
that? We couldn't get past.
wording.
I got your point. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can
My
jump-
thing is
right.
people that want some money know how to get some money.
Right.
People, you know what I'm saying? I made a lot of money with this cat.
Mm-hmm.
So people that want to get some money know how to get some money.
Absolutely.
And it don't have to do with much talking.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and they not gonna wait on nobody else
That's
to
right.
drop it on them. I get up every day, I work, I got all type of side hustles. I'm always going because I know when you sit still, do whatever you got, that shit gonna be gone. So you can't wait to the last minute. You always gotta be thinking ahead.
Right.
So when I'm constantly on the go and motherfuckers be like, man, you act like you be tired. I be like, I do. Because when y'all get off work, y'all back to a normal life. I'm never off the clock.
Right.
Because I'm always doing something.
Grinding,
Because I know how life is. You anything can happen and you need to try to be prepared. I had a lot of money. I done woke up with nothing in my pocket.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's just how it is, man. I'm like I said, I'm with whatever. Anything legal, I'm with.
And,
Yeah.
I feel as black guys, we always in competition of each other. We can't come together. It's like it's only one Jordan. Somebody gonna be Jordan. The rest of us gotta play our role.
Yeah. Agreed.
And us coming together as a group, it's just some people, no matter what, somebody is gonna be envious of the next person and feel like they're not getting their cut or they're not getting their due part, and
Or greedy.
they get greedy and it builds the team down. It's about us as black men coming together and everybody stand on the same focus, the same plan. I'm just like Dre. I wake up every morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm in bed 9, 10 o'clock at night. I work 2-3 jobs. I work that so I can have a comfortable life. If I want to get up and go somewhere, I can do it. I'm comfortable right now, but I would love to come together with my brothers and build something, but we got to be a team. And I know if we try to build something, I know my schedule is very heavy. I might could donate money, but I know I won't have the time to put in because I got my life. I'm teaching. I work a full-time job and I got a part-time job. So, and I got kids. So my life is busy everywhere. But it's like some people might feel like, well, this person ain't doing the part that I'm doing, and I feel like they don't get the cut. So I think we no matter what, you always gonna be in competition of your brother.
Well, you absolutely right, Fresh. But see, the difference is I don't believe in this my homeboy and I think he gonna do right by me. Fuck that. It's paperwork.
Right.
We go get paperwork and you going to get paid a percentage off what you put up. Now, if you choose, let's just say I'm gonna use the ice cream truck for instance. If you work the ice cream truck, you're going to get paid an hourly wage. That don't have nothing to do with the percentage. You getting paid for your time.
Right.
Now, if you want to work and get paid for your time, get the percentage and you can do that too.
Exactly.
So if the person say, you know what, I can't work the truck, fine. You just get a percentage of the profits.
Exactly.
So I don't believe in the homeboy, he gonna do right by me. No, this paperwork, this contract is gonna hold you to doing right by me.
Exactly. And that's just like us working. When I work, they saying I'm getting paid this amount an hour. If I work 8 hours, this how much I'm getting paid a day. It's that contract.
Yep.
But a lot of people can't bypass that contract because they feel like, well, I'm putting in all the work and you still getting a percentage. You see what I'm saying?
Everybody gonna get a percentage.
Yeah, you think if you work an ice cream truck, you driving, you working it, we might pay you, let's just say $20 an hour. I project this ice cream truck can do $500-$600 a day. We paid whoever working it, they may make $150 a day
Right.
working it. That's the hourly rate. If we saying, you know what, if you choose, because we have it like this, you can take the money and reinvest to turn that one ice cream trucks to 3 ice cream trucks.
Exactly.
You might say, well, you know what, I'm just going to invest in this one. You have that option. You can just get paid off that. You can get your profit every month, every 3 months, every quarter, however you want to do it. Ain't nobody tripping off that. But if that one ice cream truck go down, guess what? You don't make no money.
Yes.
We all got to come together to get that one fixed. But it won't be a problem to the guys that reinvest because now they're going to take the money from here and put it back over here.
Exactly.
And it costs you nothing out of pocket.
Right.
You know what would be a good investment? I don't know if it's accessible and it's been closed a long time. The lady used to own it at my old church. The Dairy Queen on Almas. Was that Cortland and Linwood?
Oh, that's Linwood and Richmond. Yeah, I talked to Larry. His mom owned it, and they left it to the kids, and the kids just ain't doing nothing with it.
Ain't nobody got the money. The roof been fucked up for years.
Man,
so
they ain't got
obviously
no
don't got
interest.
the money.
They ain't got no interest in selling it.
That would be a good. Well, they ain't trying to sell it. That don't make sense.
Remy tried to buy it.
You gonna say that'll make a good work?
Man, that motherfucker used to do
That
numbers,
numbers.
bro.
Did it really?
Thousands a day. We ain't talking about the week. A
Yeah.
day.
That place is legendary.
Wow.
In the city of Detroit.
You mean
Richmond.
you mean doing it again as a dairy or a dispensary?
As what it was.
Oh, what it was originally.
Yeah, ice cream, fish sandwiches,
Because it was
sausages,
obviously a
burgers.
hot spot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of construction going on around that area too. now.
Well, it's up and coming.
Up and coming.
So you got to think right now. I have seen the blueprints to Linwood and Dexter. Right now, they already started construction all up and down Dexter.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The neighborhood where we
It's
come
not gonna
from
look the
is
same.
not gonna look the same 10 years from now.
No, I agree.
And I tell people
Thank
all the
goodness.
time, as black people, we have to start investing in our own community. You have a Mexican village, Indian village.
Yep.
Detroit used to be the blackest city in the nation, and we don't even own our city.
Yeah.
We never owned our city.
Never heard.
We just rent. And their biggest fear is, I don't want to own a house because if something break, how I'm gonna have the money to fix it. If you own the house, you would have the money.
Right.
You ain't gotta pay no rent.
So don't
Yeah, but if they're not paying the rent, they gonna take that extra money in the shop and bullshit. Cause I hear a lot of women like the upkeep and all that. If you sit here and take that $500 to $1,000 that you were paying rent and put that to the side every month, so when something pop off, you will have the money to take care of it.
Yeah.
You still got to pay association fees at these.
Well, that's if you in the.
No, I'm talking about. I ain't talking about. Right. That's what I'm talking about. These people that don't want to own a house because they claim it's so much upkeep. But you ever live in these places, these other areas where you still got to pay association fees because you don't want to cut your own lawn.
Well, they charge you what, $300 to $600 to be a part of the house.
That's crazy. Right.
That's to shovel your snow,
Right.
trim your bushes, cut your grass, flowers and all that kind of bullshit. When you could own a house,
Thank you.
You spend that 1 month. You have flowers. You can hire somebody to cut your grass
Yes.
and pay them what $30, $40
That's
every
what I
time they
do.
cut it. You come out cheaper. Don't matter how you cut it. When
Yep.
you own a house, you come out
That's what I
cheaper.
do. That's what I do. That's exactly what I do. And let's say we started. I'm a firm believer in this. Please, I'm sure y'all will correct me if y'all don't agree. I think in the beginning, I think my number one thing is let's just get something started. Of course, with a massive plan behind it. I think another thing that was black people, I really think is with black people. We worried about the profits immediately. Like let's say we just start a business. We looking next week for my profit. Like my thing is let's just get something started. I ain't even thinking about making profit. Of course you want profit. But y'all see where I'm trying to go with this? You know what I'm saying? I think that as long as we kind of like get that out of our head and let's not concentrate on that. Let's make sure we're doing right, crossing our T's, dotting our I's, and we're being successful in this business. You know what I'm saying? That we started.
You absolutely right. Think of it like this. Most black men in the city of Detroit, they don't have shit. So any little thing if they gave you $10, come tomorrow, they looking for you. I need that.
Absolutely.
I need all that. And you'd be like, bruh, you just gave it to me yesterday.
Right.
I know I owe you. I'm gonna get same thing with business. Soon they give you that little $5,000, he owe you. Oh, it's the end of the month. You be like, man, the bank ain't even open yet.
Yeah.
So you can't go into business with people with that mindset. A person got to have the mindset first. Understand it's an investment.
Yes.
So we have to build our clientele up. We got to get permits. It's a lot of shit you got to do when you start a business. It ain't no just you going to get it. It's not ran like a spot.
Right.
It's a business that's going, in my eyes, it can grow. Anything. You remember when I used to do them blow-ups? They called moonwalk.
Yeah.
Everybody said, you know what, man? We should do this, we should do that. When I bought them blow-ups, how many people y'all seen out there helping me?
I helped you twice.
See? You helped me
I
twice?
helped about 2-3 times.
2-3 times? You never helped.
I don't think I was around.
He wasn't around.
You wasn't around, but you think I had to do that shit all the time.
Right. What were they again? What were you doing?
You know the moonwalks kids be jumping up and down.
Oh, you were doing those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they call them blow-ups.
I didn't know
but
you was doing that. Okay.
I did that for years.
Yeah.
Wow.
A bunch of 'em.
Yeah, then I had, people would say do this and do that, but when they come time, who's going to come
See,
to
but that's the thing though, boy. If they ain't got no equity into it and they feel like they ain't getting no money, niggas is. I'm a firm believer. Niggas is not fucking with nothing until it's popping. That's just like opening up a spot, or trying to set shop up on the block. Nobody has that I've dealt with as far as us working and making moves together. Niggas, I can sit in the spot. I can stand on the block all day, ain't nobody coming around till that bitch get to slapping. That's just what it is, man. Motherfuckers want to come for the back end. They don't want to be there for the work.
And then the ones you don't want to deal with. If you can't be there in the beginning doing the grind, you know.
Well,
That's
We grinding right now. Look at the podcast. Look how many we started off with.
Yeah.
And it's the same. This is my mentality. It's the same thing, bro. I mean, it's still going. We growing. We ain't growing to the speed I would like us to, but we're growing, and we're getting thousands and thousands of views. So it's only a matter of time. But the thing is this: you got to be there through the grind. It's the same thing. Don't come when we shine and everything good.
Exactly.
You got to be there with the grind. That's just what it is, man.
Gotta put it to work.
Yeah, because you think, Dre was like, we need microphones, you need cords, you need cameras, you need lights. Drake spent all this on his own pocket.
So did.
But you got your location.
You see,
know what I mean?
yeah, I provide the location.
You can be every month, like, man, the light bill. But you don't, we both, it's a sacrifice for a greater cause, you know what I mean? So we don't ask for nothing but a little bit of time. So if, you know what I mean, I understand people got life's bills, responsibilities, you know what I mean? But, you know, we got enough advance notice for somebody to slide through for an hour or two, you know what I mean? So once we get a permanent location, then we'll be good. That way, everything we set up, it'll save us at least an hour time of setting up and breaking stuff down.
Easily, yeah.
So really, anything that's worth, you know, putting your time, effort, because I believe I wouldn't give my time in something I wouldn't believe in. I'm pretty sure
Same
you,
here.
Trey, and Fresh, you came up here to support. You know, so we got other guys that come up here to support, but I really believe something like this can grow. I seen other shows. I think this show fucks over them. I think the shit we talk about is, you know, yeah, it's realistic. It's on real shit. You know, we amuse. We gonna make you laugh a little bit, but I like this show better than a lot of shows that's doing well. But it's going to take time. It haven't even been a year.
See, a lot of them shows be taking off because they got the gimmicks. The guys hitting the buzzer, you know. It ain't no gimmick. It's just real conversation over here. Nothing fabricated. We just tell y'all the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes the truth is too hard for some people to digest.
Yeah.
That's why they say tone it down, or you got to water it, dilute it. You know, we got 2 videos flagged on TikTok. You know what I mean? We seeing thousands of views. This video 900,000 views. So I saw it escalate from maybe 20 views, 50 views to 900,
Really?
1100. So it's moving in a positive direction. You know what I mean? We just gotta keep forth the effort, keep making the content, keep putting it out.
Being consistent. Yeah.
Yep. So like I say, I believe in it, and
I do too.
keep going, and we're going to keep coming with the knowledge. We're going to keep coming with situations we've been in, things we've seen, things we experienced, because we believe it's real shit. We can get up here and crack jokes, laugh, and we talking about real shit people go through. You know, we talk about everything from, you know, sex to being in the streets to marriage, educating yourself.
Having life insurance, police brutality, a little bit of everything, assets, having life insurance. So we talk about literally everything.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is that the viewing public and those that are already subscribed, they're gonna watch this podcast evolve. It's gonna get better when you guys get another a more permanent location. So they're gonna watch it all evolve and get better as we go as well. So it's dope. It's cool.
Yep. So everybody stay with us, and you know, if you ever have any things you want us to talk about, or you want us to clarify some of the things we already talked about, feel free to inbox and
Leave a comment.
and we'll most definitely address whatever y'all talking about.
And we need everybody to subscribe, comment, like, share, do all that. Help us grow this podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we was talking about credit,
Assets.
and some people don't understand the difference as far as money, assets. Some people look at them as the same. My opinion, assets screws over money. You know, because the federal government owns the money that you have in your pocket right now. But when you take that and you buy something, even if you bought a motorcycle, that motorcycle is yours. It's in your name. You are privileged to do whatever you want to do with that. You can't even take the money out your pocket and burn it if you want to, because it's not yours to burn. It's against the law to burn money, to destroy money. But if you want to take your motorcycle and run into a tree, they go to say, "Look at this stupid motherfucker."
Right. He just threw his investment away.
There you go. So I believe what I've learned. Get your assets. You know what I'm saying? If you look at people that don't look like us, they never talk about the money. They focus on the assets. They be like, you know what? We're doing this. You know, we about to do this. We're going to buy this. And they live on credit. Black people, for some reason, don't like that. They the complete opposite.
Weird.
Yeah, they get one credit card for $1,000 and try to buy everything on it. Then you wonder why your credit score is getting pulled down every month.
Right.
Every time you spend over $500-$600, it pulls your credit score down.
Yeah,
right.
So you gotta, after 6 months, call that credit card place and say, you know what? I would like to up my amount. They'll go from 1,000 to 1,200 or 1,500.
Yeah.
It takes time to
It
build
takes
credit.
time.
Right now, I got my son and my daughter on my credit. I got a American Express. I signed for their credit. So about time my son ready for credit, my daughter ready for credit, they credit already, they got an 800 credit score.
That's dope.
And that's how, as black people, we have to do for our
Raising your
kids.
children the right way,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You take them to the bank, let them do their own transaction. You stand there and you watch, but let them do their own transaction. You go to the store, they want to buy a bag of chips or something, get them used to giving people money, counting their change, getting the money back and putting it away.
They're understanding the value of money at that
There
age.
you go.
At a young
And they
age.
know how to deal with people
Credit.
with the money.
Right.
If you learn how, you know what, hey, I paid $1, these chips cost 50 cents, you owe me 50 cents.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with you correcting a person that just made a mistake or they probably was trying to cheat you.
Right, right.
But if you ain't used to it, whatever they give you, you assuming they right. And when it come to your money, you don't assume anything.
Check everybody.
That's right. You check everybody. I tell my son, listen, when I give you the money, you count it. Count it right there. Don't assume, because if you call me later on, I'm gonna say I gave you the $100.
Yep.
Oh, Daddy, when I counted it was 90. Listen, you should have counted it in front of me when I gave it to you.
Yep,
We
right.
could have settled that then, but now you gone. I'm not finna give you another $10.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I remember when I think I was about 18, 19, I came to you and asked you about credit. You told me, don't get a credit card, get a secure credit card. You said, go to your bank, ask for a secure credit card, tell them you want a $500 limit, spend $250 of it, then pay that $500. I mean, I put the $500 up front. They gave me the credit card, spend $250, and at the end of the month, pay that $250 back. You told me to do that for 6 months. I did that for 6 months. My credit went up 100 points.
Wow.
That was just off the information you told me.
Yeah.
But if I would have just went and got a credit card with the high interest starting off, I wouldn't have known about no secure credit card. And that's what I did, just like you. My daughter Ariel, my American Express, when she was 16, I put her on my American Express. She got a card. So whenever she want to use it, it comes to me, let me know, like, and I approve for her to use it. But she established credit, and she 18, and she in the 700s right
See?
now.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people that don't look like us do. They plan for their kids' credit, which is more important than you giving them cash money.
Exactly.
Because you're gonna need credit to get a house. You'll need credit to get a car. You're gonna need credit to get everything. You ain't finna walk in no dealership with no $40,000. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna go to a mortgage company with, $200,000 so you want a house. So you have to
Those days are
position
done.
yourself for what's in front of you anyway. And you're going to need credit. And like you was mentioning, a secure credit card is something that you take your own money
Yep.
and you invest in yourself with. Because the bank gonna say, listen, we don't know you. We don't know nothing about you. But if you gave us $500 and we gave you a credit limit of your own money just to see if you're gonna do right,
Yep.
that's all secure credit is. You show them you're going to do right, and then they say, "Oh, now we will give you our credit,"
Yeah.
Right.
and that's how it works.
And when I went to the bank and the lady was trying to talk me into getting their credit card with a 17 to a 20% interest rate, but when I brought up secure credit, she looked at me like, "Wow,
you're supposed to know
about
that."
Yeah.
Hold on, let me also put on there, with the 500, there's a fee. So if it's a $500 secure credit limit, may cost you $15 to $30 a fee of using your own money, but it helps your score go up.
Yeah, which is interest.
Yes.
It's the interest on your own money
Exactly.
over the time,
Over the period.
whatever the period of that loan you get on your own money. So if you go to a lawyer and they talking about rebuilding credit, all they saying is, you give us $2,500, and they do the same thing we talking about right now. They gonna go down there, open up a secure, put 500 of that money down, keep the 2,000 that you gave them, and it's the same process.
Yeah.
And they say that's how they build your credit. You can do it yourself.
Right.
Like I used to, my very first loan, I said, okay, I was doing this with credit cards. I had like crap over the credit cards. Nothing maxed out. I just, what I used to do, I said, well, let's see if I get this to work with loans. My very first personal loan was like for $2,500. So they gave it to me. So I used their money and paid them back. Paid it off in 3 months. Boom. Next thing you know, boom, I got a $5,000 loan. I said, okay, I'm gonna just keep playing with y'all. So then I paid that $5,000 back in like 3 months. Bam, bam, bam. Then my next one went up to $12,000. Same thing. I just kept playing with them loans. Bam, paying it off. Then the next one, they said, okay, you approved for $32,000. Boom, got that. I would just take their own money that they gave me, knowing it ain't my money. And then I just paid just to build my credit up. And I just paid them back their money with the money. I didn't come out of my pocket.
So you wasn't doing nothing with
No.
the money?
Nope, wasn't doing that.
And credit just responsibility.
Yeah.
It's a system. See, you got to think. You got people sit behind a screen, and they just simply read the screen.
Yeah.
So when a computer don't have any feelings, as long as you do this in this period amount of time, you fulfilled your agreement.
Yep.
So you know what? He is responsible. Give him more.
Yeah.
And that's what the system do. And a lot of people ain't nothing you can do. It's nothing nobody can do with credit because they reading off a screen.
Yep.
If you understand what you can and cannot do, that's half of the work right there. Don't even try to reason with nobody. You go to a car lot, oh, can you work with me? If you got buyer's power and you got a credit score, you're going to give me that car. And you ain't finna give it to me what you gave it to blood. Because you know what? I have an A1 credit and I have a $500 down payment. So why can't I get it?
So we're not here just telling y'all, especially the youngsters that's watching us, we're not just here telling y'all get your credit right. We're actually showing y'all how y'all could do it and how you should do it. So
Credit, stocks, assets, still your finances. Just try to build it up. Sometimes it's cool to wait before you purchase this nice car you want for your birthday, to get the women and all that. Get you something that's gonna bring you some money in, something that's gonna generate some type of income, and then later on go on and get that nice car you want. So just wait it out.
And I'm talking to the guys at this point. I know you want to buy nice clothes, nice jewelry, nice cars, but you know what? Women date men that have resources. They like guys that have a plan, that have their shit together. Yeah. You can dress okay, but if you can present a plan to a woman, I guarantee you, you attract more women than that car. If you can sit a woman down like, listen, baby, this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be here in 3 months. I'm gonna do this, and you know what? We're gonna be doing this. She will follow you. She'll say okay, because it sounds good, as long as it makes sense.
Right.
Women like men, they got their shit together. They have resources. You have a way of getting something. Because if we just sleeping around, eventually you're going to have a baby. Now she going to be like, you know what, you a bullshitting ass nigga. So you got bills. So eventually when you got a woman with a baby, and you will never be able to do enough for that kid, especially if it's her first kid. So you want to think, let me get this money. Let me get these resources together. So when I get this woman, she don't stress me out.
Right.
It's nothing like being stressed out, by a woman. I'm pretty sure we all been through it. Have your resources and your money together before you think about a woman, because other things come with having a woman.
Yes.
But don't do it for the woman. Do it for yourself.
Right.
It's cool. It's cool to be able to do whatever you want to do. Get you a nice woman. Treat her, cater to her. If that's that's what you want to do. But don't do it for the woman. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for your future kids. Do it for a better life.
Yes. Absolutely.
So if you say don't do it for the woman, Dre?
You got to do it for yourself, man. Everything I ever did, my whole life hustling and all that. It was cool when I was getting money and jumping off the top rope, but I did it for my brothers, dog. You know, I hated, you know, having two parents strung out on drugs and seeing my blood brothers them fucked up. You know, when my grandma was there, it was stability. It was carpet on the floor. It was nice couches with the old school plastic. You remember, you know, all that. Once my grandma passed and my mama got the house, it wasn't no carpet. It wasn't no furniture.
Yeah.
It wasn't no lights. It wasn't no gas. We by the fireplace. It was fucked up. And that's what pushed me out to do what I had to do. So you got to do it for yourself first, especially if you have kids. But if you don't have kids, you do it to put a foundation under your feet. So whoever, any woman, your brothers or your mom or whatever, whoever you invite into your circle, you provide stability for them. But you got to do it for yourself first. Because if you do it for a woman, she leave you, everything gonna come tumbling down. You see what I'm saying?
So Fresh, because I remember when you first bought your house. When you bought your house, because I think you was going to get married then, but you had to push your marriage back because you had bought your house. So if you had to talk about the sacrifices you made for owning a home, what would you tell our listeners?
I tell our listeners, like, buying a home was probably the best thing that I ever did. But it was my first time buying a home, so I went into it blind.
Actually, second, you forgot we bought a house together.
Oh yeah, we bought a house together. So this is my second house. And I went into it blind. I ended up going through the government assistance, which I only had to put up $5,000, and the house was $152,000 home. So I had to put up $5,000, but I was under the government for 3 years. So them 3 years I was under the government, and my interest rate was 4.6%. So I was paying $1,100 a month, right? Interest rate 4.6, 3 years for $152,000.
Was that fixed?
Yes.
Okay.
A fixed loan. So within them 3 years, and I went to go refinance, and when I bought the house, like you said, my credit was about a 640. Do you know I only paid off, I think it was $1,200 off the principal in 3 years?
Wow.
Damn.
All my money, I had a 30-year interest because it was through the government. All my money went straight to the interest. Nothing came off the principal. So when I went to go refinance, when 2020, when COVID hit, and you know how everything got cheaper because they thought the world was ending and stuff like that, I went to refinance with a credit at a 750. My interest rate went from a 4.6 down to a 2.2. Huge difference. Then I didn't have to put no money down, but my mortgage, when I started off, remember when I said it was $1,100? The one thing that people probably don't know, the more you put into your home, you better your home, your taxes go up. So that $1,100 payment went up to almost $1,500 I was paying.
On a refinance?
No, this was still in my government. So each time, like I put a new roof on. When I put a new roof on my house, I had to pull a permit. Put brand new windows in my house, had to pull a permit. Put two brand new bathrooms in there. So each time I invested in my house, the property value went up. So my taxes went up. So each time your taxes go up every year, your mortgage go up. So I started off at $1,100. Within 3 years, I was paying $1,500.
So even though your interest went down, your payment went up after.
No, so this is what I'm paying. So I'm like, I got to get out this government part. So I went to go refinance in 2020. So I got my credit back, A1 750. They put me at a 2.2. And then my boss, he ended up telling me, he said, which I didn't know, he said, they was going with this 30-year mortgage, they was going to put with my interest rate at a 2.2, was going to drop my payment down to $900. He said, ask them about a 15-year mortgage. Yeah. I never heard about that. So I went there, I tell the lady, she running my paperwork, she like, just sign here. So I said, what would a 15-year mortgage look like? She like, for real? I'm like, yeah, run the numbers for me right quick. She ran the numbers. I was paying $1,408 for a 15-year. So I did this in 2020, from 2020 to 24 right now. Remember, I was at 151,000. I'm down to $110,000.
Wow.
Really?
All my money
Wow.
is going towards my principal.
Nice.
Instead of, I'm only paying about $130 on interest. So I will have, then the lady tell me, you make an extra payment once a year, just one extra payment. That 15-year, I have my house paid off in 9 years.
Just doing one extra payment.
Just doing one
Well,
extra
hear
payment
this?
a year,
That's gangster.
I can have that 15-year paid off in 9 years. So then I just said, like Boss said, I wanted to look. I said, well, I want to do some extra work. Let me see how much money I got in my house. So I did all this extra work. They tell
And
me,
you gain your house value.
oh my God.
Shut up.
So when I started off, they said my house was $152,000. That's what I paid. Now they say my house like worth $280,000. So they asked me, how much money you want? You want $40,000-$50,000 out your home? I was like, no, I just wanted to see. But the money is there.
Man,
The money is there for me.
It's good to know it's there.
I got the money sitting there, and I'm just doing what I'm doing. But as you grow, you get smarter, you get mature, you get to learn from other people. You get to learn these tricks. Like I didn't know about a 15-year mortgage,
Right.
and I see the money just coming off the home.
And you think
That's
what that
beautiful.
does to
That's
your that's money in your pocket. Once you bought a house, you can't lose.
Right.
That house is yours. As you pay the house thing, like you saying earlier, Dre, yeah, the economy goes up and down. But that money in that house is still your money.
Exactly.
That don't change.
Exactly.
And once you already doubled your money by buying that house. Your money is double. If you say, you know what, I'll go ahead and sell it. If you sold your house right now, you can get $300,000 from your house. I've been there. You can get $300,000 for your house. But this is the key why it's not a good idea to sell it, because everything costs $200,000.
Yeah.
Your square footage you got, you can't even buy your square footage right now, what you paid for your house now.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
So the point is, you did an excellent investment, buying your house, and if you can do it all over again, would you?
Yes, in the heartbeat.
You know what? We should have
in the
bought
heartbeat.
more real estate when we had the opportunities. Because I remember that's when we were still out on the street, on the block. I remember opening up a newspaper. Now everybody pretty much online reading their news. But I opened up a newspaper, and they said, it was front page. They said over 10,000 white Americans moved to Detroit. When I read that, I told everybody on the block, I said, bro, I said, they here. I said, all this shit about to start going up. Y'all better start buying this shit up. And I bought a few items. I didn't buy it. I didn't do what I should have did. But a lot of people should have took heed, because we from like the hood. And now you see white people jogging, walking their dogs, all that shit.
Yep.
It fucked me up the first white guy I saw jogging around the motherfucking hood. I was like, what the fuck is this? I thought he was the police. But now they comfortable, they here. One block over, one block up the street, they here. They buying all this shit up.
Look at one of my questions I was going to ask.
And as you notice, it's a good thing to me.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a good thing.
But it's a bad thing that we didn't capitalize
Well, that's
on it.
over with.
Yeah.
That's over. It's a good thing for me is because I see what they done to the community. First,
they
these
brought it
parks,
back.
we have some very beautiful parks in the
Yeah,
city of
yeah,
Detroit.
yeah.
I seen how the mayor stepped up. I seen how block clubs and stepped up, and now everybody is talking to one another because now it's becoming a community again, and that's what Detroit was missing when it was the blackest city in the country. We had none of that. It was no
Wild
communicate.
West.
Yeah, the parks. It was broken glass everywhere.
Horrible.
No nets on the basketball
Remember how
ground.
downtown
Shit
was?
might be no rims.
Remember how downtown was 25, 30 years ago?
Yeah, you got to think of
Projects,
the cast
you was selling that
corridors.
motherfucker.
You know, they cleaned the cast
Downtown.
corridors up,
Oh my God.
and everything started with downtown. But now we starting to see it come
It's
north.
coming out. Yeah.
You know, my mom's house, when I bought her house, I think I paid $16,000 for it. That house now is worth shit, man, over 100,000.
Them houses over in the old neighborhood by Taylor, Chicago. Big, beautiful houses. White people living in them houses.
$500,000
Jogging.
in butter, yeah.
Insane.
You
Them
cross
houses-
Linwood,
Insane.
them houses have $1 million houses right across.
Listen, that house with Christy and Dave and them, I don't know if you remember Christy and Dave, Fat Dion, right there on Taylor and Wilderman. That
corner.
motherfucker just sold for
Get out of here.
$289,000.
Did it really? That little house that
$289,000,
was in-
bro.
The one on the corner.
Yes.
The one on the corner, yeah. I remember Dion.
$289,000.
Wow.
Yep, and that house had no square footage.
No, it was small.
No square footage.
That lot
It's the
ain't
smallest
even
house on the
It's
block.
the smallest
actually.
one on the block.
Yeah.
So imagine what the rest gonna.
Yeah.
Cause that we all know how Taylor used to look. Oh my God.
That house don't even feel like it should be on that block.
Nope.
Well, that's
They
called
brought it to
overflow. When the people mostly want to stay in Chicago, Boston, Edison area,
Yep.
and when they can't get there, they go to the surrounding areas.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what the surrounding areas is? 12th Street,
Yeah.
14th,
Rosa
Linwood,
Plaza, yeah.
Dexter. So the further you get away from that, the houses is going to decline a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever thought that the houses that our family members have now will be worth
Never
$200,000?
would have thought.
Right.
Yep. It's
You
dope.
would never seen it.
Dope, never
Your
thought.
your mom house is way up there. She got all brick with the lot. Her house is worth 200 and some thousand. So we just didn't see it. You know, the people that
Right, we didn't see it.
that bought the houses, they hit the jackpot. Cause Detroit, we was buying houses at one point, like I say, 3,000, 2,500,
Yeah.
1,500
Remember those days?
at auctions.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a hell of a buy because you have your money back in 3-4 months.
Yep.
People was staying in these houses, losing them, and still want to stay there. You tell them, well, give me $600 a month. They pay you. You'll be like, why you didn't pay your taxes?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And the one thing I noticed is like what you was saying, Dre, is like as I get older, it's about the vision. Like you said that about 20 years ago about the property value and everything. I didn't see that vision because honestly, I didn't have the money. You know, I was broke. I was living by my means. You know what I'm saying? But now, as I got older, mature, I got money stashed away. I got money put away. I can see a vision. I can invest to the point where if I lose, I lose. But I can go down the road 2-3 years and be straight with not seeing the profit, but seeing a vision that could build something up. But it's about as we invest in ourselves and build ourselves up. Now I feel like as we then got older and stronger and mature, I think we can come together now because I don't mind if I see a vision with my brothers, I don't mind putting in, investing. I don't need a profit a year or two. Long as we work hard and build something up,
The business is growing.
it's growing. You know what I'm saying?
You're a part of something.
Focus on the brand.
The
Yes.
brand, but it was about, like we said, putting in the hard work to ourselves. Once you get yourself at a comfortable level, you put in that work and do for you, not nobody else. I used to hear this saying, people say, I'm gonna do it for my kids. Beezy tell me, how you gonna do it for your kids when you ain't doing it for yourself? How you gonna do something for somebody else when you ain't doing it for yourself?
Yeah.
Your kids live from you. Long as you invest and build yourself up, then you can do for other people. So
Hold on, let me jump in on there. You had the money, bro. We always had the money. We just partied and fucked up a lot of money. So the money we fucked up going to the titty bars, going out to the club, popping bottles and getting fresh all the time. That was a lot of money we could have been buying up real estate. So we can't nobody on this panel say they ain't never saw the money. We just made bad decisions with the money because we didn't have nobody to teach us what to do with the money.
Exactly.
So we all had the money.
exactly.
But that was by design.
Yeah, that was about design.
Because I remember when I went to Brady Elementary School, they used to teach health. They taught health. They
no
taught
finances.
you. They taught you. Well, they taught you. I had a class in there that was called economics, or whatever.
Economics.
And it taught you how to live. It taught you, if you made $100, you have to subtract your bills. You have to subtract, what you for food, and what you had left. you should save a percentage of that and then have some fun.
I never had that class.
Yeah. Then we had the health used to teach you how to wash up.
No, I had health, but I never had that class. But shit, even with that, if they tell you to save, they not telling you to invest. That's the old mentality of saving. Save for a rainy day. But the any other nationality don't tell them save. They tell them invest. Your money, like you say, your money got to work for you.
Well, see, they was teaching back when we was kids. They was promoting middle class.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, today, the goal is to get rid of the middle class.
Mm-hmm.
They want people either to be labeled
Rich or poor.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So without no middle class, it shoots the dream of coming up.
Right.
If you don't have, you just don't get, and this is where you at.
Okay.
But see, we have to be intelligent enough to know, listen, we can create our own class.
Exactly.
If I can live, I got a decent car to drive, I got a decent home, I got food on the table, and I have a means of making money, that's my class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. It's the okay class. So, I don't think you need nobody else to tell you where you at. That upper class, middle class, lower class, forget all that. I create my own class. I mean, my kids not
That's
hungry.
dope. I like that.
Yeah, I'm getting back and forth to work, and I'm decent, and that's all that matters.
And if you look at it, our whole crew, you might got some people doing better than others, but ain't none of us fucked up.
Right. That is true.
And the biggest thing, I'm glad ain't none of y'all niggas crackheads. Cause I wouldn't be a crackhead, but I'm just glad y'all niggas.
Man, I know, right? Ain't none of us. That's so dope.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that crack area was hard. That's a
That's
whole other
tough.
topic.
any type of drug heads, glad y'all.
One of
niggas
us
doing
locked
drug.
up, Ray. Stay strong, baby.
We'll be home soon.
Yeah,
We'll
but
be
yeah.
praying
Give
on it.
shouts out to Ray.
Yes. None of us cracked it. You're right. That's so dope.
Anybody else want to say something? Y'all want to finish it off?
Anything fresh?
I would just like to thank y'all for letting me come on to this panel, and like I said, and learn a few things, and hopefully the things that I went through, I hope some of you guys who's listening to this podcast can take some of the stuff that I done went through that'll help you out in life, and let's just continue to grow as Black people.
Yes, if y'all need any clarifications on anything we talked about on this particular subject or any other subject, feel free to drop something in the box.
In the comment, leave a comment.
Okay, and let us know what you want us to go further on or something you would like for us to speak on.
Yes. And stay focused and consistent. Whatever you decide to do, stay focused and consistent.
Okay, what I like y'all to do, I would like y'all to like, subscribe, comment, and share this podcast. Help us grow this podcast. If you like the content, we know y'all like the content because we're seeing thousands of views, but we don't have a lot of subscribers. So like, subscribe, comment, share.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.